Sir? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't hear you come in.
That's all right, Polly.
We shouldn't waken her.
All right.
Do you have a safe journey, sir?
Safe enough. If you insist on calling me Sir, Polly, I shall insist on calling you Pelagaya.
I'm sorry.
Except when I need you to, of course. When I do, I'll let you know. And don't keep saying you're sorry.
I'd forgotten, that's all. I'll fetch your bag through.
Leave it.
I can make some tea.
No, thank you. I had something at the station.
The mistress, there's something...
In a moment, Polly. Let me finish doing this first. Yes. Yes. Perfectly satisfactory, thank you. Yes, everything is thank you, yes. Two things. I shall be needing the telephone number of Cavalieri d'Avanzo, and I'm expecting a visitor sometime this evening, a Signor Gramsci. Hello? Yes, show him up the moment he arrives. Thank you. What is it, Polly?
It started last March, in Vienna. You'd left for Berlin.
April.
April? I don't know. I don't know when it was. She started losing blood, and she wouldn't hardly eat anything.
The blood...
And then the pain.
Came from...
It's a woman's thing. It's private.
And?
She's going to die.
Did the doctor say that? Did he say when? Polly! Answer it. And Polly. Remember, sir.
May I come in, Signor Kabak? I'm sorry I wasn't on hand to welcome you when you arrived. I'm afraid I must blame the present trouble in our city for the discourtesy. We do try to preserve what is best, but...
Thank you. Signor...
Libertini. Now, is everything to your liking, Signor Kabak? Ah, you have only to say, you know. We're very honored that you and your wife, the Countess, should grace us with your presence.
Everything is perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Well, in that case, I shan't take up any more of your time.
Was there something else?
Well, there's just one small matter, Signor Kabak. On the phone just now, you mentioned that you would be seeing Signor Gramsci. Signor Antonio Gramsci. Now, I don't know whether you, a stranger to our country, can appreciate the shock this gave me. This Gramsci is, how shall I say? Well, I've heard it said, though, of course I can't personally vouch for its accuracy, that this Gramsci is as much a cause of our present trouble here in Turin as, well, as Comrade Lenin himself.
Signor Libertini, what is it you are trying to say?
Well, I simply wondered whether there perhaps hadn't been some mistake. I thought perhaps it might be some other Gramsci. It was Gramsci, you said?
Antonio Gramsci, communist intellectual, editor of the New Order. Antonio Gramsci.
Yes, I see. These are difficult times, Signor Kabak. The whole of Italy is but a push and a slip away from disaster. A man must pick his way with care. If it became known to the authorities, for example, that revolutionary leaders were frequenting my hotel, I think it would be a close thing which I lost first, my clientele or my license.
Signor Libertini, there was a time when the world was calm and ordered, when men knew their class, their place, their limits. We now live in less comfortable times, but business cannot watch and wait. It has to be moving, and if I, as a businessman, find it necessary to shake hands with anarchists and communists, and revolutionary subversives of this kind or another, you must allow me to make my choice and do it.
Yes, of course, Signor
I have
Kabak,
two things.
but-
First, a note stamped with the prefect Taddei's own stamp and signed by the Cavalieri d'Avanzo, authorizing me to move freely about my business here in Turin. And gold. Thank you for sparing me your time, Signor Libertini. I think we can say that a bargain has been struck.
Oh, yes, indeed, Signor Kabak. There was no need. No need at all. I simply wanted...
Thank you. Good evening. No need. No need at all. When did you last hear that?
I don't know. Vienna, Munich. Don't you have any fear?
Fear? No. What of?
Of prison, death.
I've been in prison, and death is a state of mind. A communist is always on leave from death. That little eunuch has been dead for years.
Will you want food? Let me know if you want food.
How long has she been having cocaine?
On and off, 2 or 3 months, I suppose.
It is cocaine.
That's what they say.
How long does it keep her like this?
Sometimes a day, sometimes less than an hour. It's not dependable.
Does she do it herself?
I don't. But she knows how.
Thank you.
Ring if you want me. Madam won't hear it now.
Good night. Hello, my love.
Said you'd come. You came.
You'll tire yourself.
I couldn't believe it when your letter came. It's been so long.
5 months?
5 months. 5 deaths. Oh, I so wanted to be well for your arrival.
No. We'll talk tomorrow.
Christo. Say something.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Christo, I can't love you tonight.
I know.
It's the time of the month.
Angelica.
Soon, Christo. And you'll take me to the summer estate.
Yes, of course.
This time you will. You really will.
I really will.
I want to be free of St. Petersburg for a while. It could be quite stifling even to one who loves it as I do. Tell me how it was.
Not greatly changed.
Tell me, please.
The Tsar was in residence in the early spring. A ball every night for a month. The nights filled with the jangling of sleighs and the snuffling of horses. And then the greenness of leaf and grass over the city. The river moving again. And then the revolution moving again. Soviets. An ecstasy of willed achievement. The whites brought to their knees. The white enemy brought down like quail. The iron brain of Lenin, hammering out the future. No place for you, my love. No place at all. Come in.
Kabak?
Gramsci. Come in. Come in, comrade. I'm honored you came so soon. Can I offer you a drink? I've only vodka at the moment, but I could easily send out for something else if you prefer.
Thank you, no. I don't drink. It has less far to go in me than in most, the doctors tell me.
I could close the door.
No. I hadn't expected...
Perhaps I should explain.
Not at all, please.
We won't disturb her.
Good.
You sit down.
Thank you, yes.
Perhaps I could begin by explaining my presence here.
To be frank, I'd be happier if you'd begin by furnishing me with some proofs of identity. Forgive my caution, but the city is ringed with troops, and every third hotel waiter is a police informer. I'm intrigued to learn how you managed to penetrate the cordon.
Of course. My name is Christo Kabak, executive member of the Communist Party of Bulgaria, representative of the Central Committee of the Third International in Moscow. It's all there, just read it.
I've no doubt. At least the picture's a likeness. Regrettably, I have no Russian.
All right, it could be a forgery.
Civility did not permit. But the forging of papers of accreditation has grown into a major Italian industry. I've no doubt its workers will soon be demanding union recognition.
Well then.
Well then. You came by train?
This evening.
From Moscow?
No, from Rome.
From Rome?
I had business there.
Business? You are, in fact, traveling as a businessman. You arrived at Porto Nuovo dressed as a bourgeois, not a...
Yours is a bourgeois country, comrade.
Touché. But we're working on it.
I saw Chiarini in Rome. He sent his regards.
Did he?
And this letter.
Ah, Italian. Of a kind. So you're Cuccolo?
I believe so, yes.
Welcome to Turin, comrade.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you.
The honor is ours, I assure you. The factories will welcome your arrival with open arms.
Oh, well, perhaps we should talk about that. My visit here is not planned. What do I mean? I mean, it's not official. I have no particular brief to conduct here in Turin, at least as far as you and the movement are concerned.
I see. That's an exaggeration. I don't see.
My mission in Italy is both delicate and secret. I'm afraid I'm unable to say what it is, except that I have to see a number of people. In Rome 3 days ago, nearing the end of my mission there, I learned from Chiarini of the possibility of a confrontation between the employers and the workers here in the north. I thought it right that I should come here, see for myself. That's all.
You have no messages, nothing?
Nothing.
And?
From Vienna, 2 days ago, I believe. She is, in a manner of speaking, my wife.
How long will you stay?
As long as I think I may be useful.
You think?
That's right.
But you won't address the factories?
I don't know. I may be more useful doing something else.
Like?
I have gold. I have influence in the prefect's office.
Devanza?
Devanza.
We call him the Snake. One day, someone will take a stick to him.
And I have some experience of revolution.
Of course, comrade. I had not meant...
Please. I would be deeply grateful if you would agree to give me some of the necessary background. I have read in Avanti that workers are planning to take over factories in Milan, Beyond that, very little. Tell me how we've arrived here.
You mustn't ask for the whole of Italian history. But our situation is probably not greatly different to Germany's, or France's, or Austria's. That's to say, we suffered massively from a ruinous war. That's to say, the people suffered. The capitalist simply grew fatter. Prices soar, wages plummet, inflation bites like a mad bitch. And Pirelli declares a profit of 7 million lire. 7 million lire in 1917.
Yes, and now?
Since the war ended, the party and the unions have sat on the revolutionary ardor of the organized workers and peasants. I'm sure it's a familiar story. We've pressed for reforms, not transformations. We've struck for better wages, better conditions, but we've led from the rear.
I heard Turin was different.
From whom?
Lenin.
You flatter us. Turin is very special. Turin is the vanguard of the Italian Revolution. But there is still much work of education, of preparation. And we've suffered more than our share of defeats. We're still learning Lenin's lessons, a slow and a painful process.
Do you have time?
I don't know. We must make time.
Are you so sure that it isn't now?
No. But I'm not so sure it is either. In every factory, we have planted together a single seed of revolution. The factory councils. Free from party interference, free from trade union direction, not only here in Turin, but throughout Italy. But they must sprout together, or there is no harvest. Merely a series of frail stems waiting for the scythe.
Could it be now, after Milan?
Objectively, I fear not.
But the employers are going to take you on.
That's right.
To smash your strength in the factories?
Yes.
What will you do?
We will fight.
How?
The union has ordered factory occupations if there are lockouts.
And after?
We will take over the factories. We'll rename them Soviets and continue production ourselves. That's what the factory councils are for in the long run.
And then?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
You sound doubtful.
There are only two possible outcomes to the present situation. Revolution or the most horrendous reaction. No other possibility exists. If we fail, perhaps we fail utterly.
Perhaps there was one message. I had it from Chiarini in Rome. It's in Russian, I'll have to translate it. To the revolutionary proletariat of Italy. Here it is. We are opposed to the proletarian party turning itself into a fire brigade which puts out the flame of revolution when that flame is breaking through every crevice in capitalist society. In Italy, there are at hand all the necessary conditions for a great popular proletarian revolution. This must be understood. This must be the starting point. This is the contention of the Third International. Signed, Zinoviev, President, Lenin, Bukharin, members. That'll be Devanzo. The Third International, Moscow, August 27th, 1920. That's 4 days ago.
I'll go.
No, please, let him wait.
No, I must. Talking tires me shamefully. Tomorrow I might be helping to run Fiat Center plant. Tonight I should sleep.
You keep me informed.
Of course, comrade. Providing you promise me the same. You know you can always get me through the Chamber of Labour. And I know you're here.
Yes, I know. Will you ask the Cavalieri to come up in 5 minutes?
Watch out for Devanzo. He's most dangerous when he rattles least.
Let me give you a drink.
Thank you. Anything will do.
Vodka. Be careful, it's rather deceptive.
Like most things Russian, I fancy. I couldn't help noticing you'd already been busy, the dwarf. I saw him leaving. A dangerous man, that one. Pity, a brilliant brain.
Salute.
Salute. That's good. That's very good. Well, Signor Kabak, shall we get down to business? I take it you received your authorization permits in Rome?
I did.
And you had no trouble with the troops outside the city?
None whatever.
Excellent. Did Carini mention the price? Good. I find I haggle rather poorly. My dignity is a serious obstacle.
I can imagine.
Oh, you must not think that dignity is the unique preserve of the poor or the professional revolutionary, Signor Kabak.
I'll try not to. What else can you do for me?
You have only to ask. If it is within my power, I will do it. For the price.
I take it you have no objection to being paid in gold, Cavalieri?
None at all, Signor Kabak.
How long before they catch you?
Catch me at what?
This, corruption, treason.
Oh, my dear Kabak, this is Italy. I doubt if there's a civil servant in the country who isn't taking something home each week for services rendered. I just happen to be given more time and thought to the matter than most of my colleagues. That's why I'm here now.
Go on.
Italy will have its revolution. In an uncertain world, that is one certainty I'm prepared to stake my future life and prosperity upon. Since the war ended, I have made it abundantly clear in 1,000 practical ways that I will be ready for duty the morning after the revolution takes place. I'm not a revolutionary, Signor Kabak. I'm a realist. You will have need of us the morning after.
Tell me this, could the factory occupations in Milan trigger off a revolution throughout the country? And if so, which person or group would be likely to lead it?
Could I have another?
Certainly.
Thank you. That's funny. I thought you'd have heard from Gramsci. The owners have declared lockouts in almost every major town in Italy. I imagine he would have told you.
Go on.
2 things. Turin will occupy the factories tomorrow morning. Within 2 days, there will not be an engineering factory in Italy that is not in the hands of the workers.
And?
There will be no military intervention. Our illustrious Prime Minister is keen to appear impartial in the matter, besides which he has a pathetically inadequate military force, and he can't be at all certain that what he does have won't defect to the side of the workers if matters get out of hand. Does that answer your question?
Not quite. You suggest that the objective conditions for a revolution may well exist, but revolutions must be led. The question still is, by whom?
I'm not a politician, Signor Kabak. I'm a poor state bureaucrat trying to survive in rather difficult times. If I were a gambling man, I should put my money on the Socialist Party Directorate, being unable any longer to damp down the revolutionary ardor of the glorious Italian proletariat.
And Gramsci?
Strong enough here in Turin, I understand, but without a power base nationally. I doubt it, quite honestly. For one thing, he's uncommonly modest for one so arrogant in other ways. Personally diffident, if you know what I mean.
It won't mean very much to you, unless you can read Russian. I want this telegram sent to Moscow. I've put the address in Italian at the bottom, do you see? You'll find twice the amount agreed with Chiarini. And there is more.
This could prove to be extremely dangerous, Signor Kabak.
Yes, I know, but you'll do it. Just the same.
I'll do my best.
And your best will be good enough. That telegram must be in Moscow by the end of the week.
I shall do everything in my power to see that it is.
Do that. Good night, Cavalieri.
Good night, Signor Kabak.
Yes.
Have we got any goose grease?
What's it for?
I'm stiffening up here and here. I expect it means it's going to rain. I want you to rub it on me. You know, massage. Never mind. Go to bed.
There's some oil.
What sort of oil?
Oil. Olive oil, I think.
Will that do?
I can't imagine it being any worse than goose grease.
All right, fetch it.
It is olive oil. You smell like a waiter when I finish.
All right, rub it on.
Just look at that. That's really ugly. Ooh. Was it a bullet?
2 bullets. This one came out under the arm, lower down there, see?
Can't imagine how you survived.
No. I don't suppose you can, Polly. Any more than I can imagine. How you consent to being a personal maid all your life.
Well, nobody's shot at me yet.
Perhaps.
Ooh, just look at that. I don't know how you survived. I don't, not really.
Because I wanted to, Polly. Because I needed to.
Well, 1 inch to the left, and all the wanting in the world wouldn't have saved you.
Polly.
What?
Polly.
Just let me go back to bed when I finish this.
Polly.
Shh. Please don't. Please don't. Don't, please, sir. Please don't, sir.
Polly. Shh. Listen. I don't want to force anything on you. I just want to sleep with you. That's all. I'm lonely. I want to love somebody. I want to love somebody. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all.
No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I couldn't do that to my mistress. She loves me. No, I couldn't. I couldn't.
That's all right. Doesn't matter. Look, she's going to die. All right? It doesn't matter what you do. She is going to die. Just think what that means to you. Think about it. Go on.
No. No, I couldn't. I don't care. She trusts me. And I love her. Madam?
Do it.
Madam?
Do it, Polya. Do what Mr. Kabak asks.
Comrade workers, representatives of the factory council. Perhaps I should begin by thanking the owners for the use of the hall. No. I mean it, comrades. You are the owners now, and you must never forget it. Sunday, September the 5th, 1920, Red Sunday, our first! We choose to celebrate by working, first of all, and then by discussing sensibly, seriously, and above all, honestly, what we have done and what is left to do. And that's as it should be. You are right to feel exhilarated. You are right to feel happy. But it would be a sort of treason, comrade, to let this euphoria blind us to the gravity of our position and to the enormity of the task that confronts us. What we have done. We asked for better wages and conditions. They said it wasn't possible. We applied a work to rule. They applied a lockout. We occupied. The industrial strength of Turin, of all Italy, is now in the hands of the Italian working class. Productions continue. And we learn our first great lesson, comrades. We are learning to become producers, vital, active, controlling instead of mere consumers, passive, inert, controlled. The state, meanwhile, stands by. The army stands by. We wait. Italy waits. Europe waits. At last, comrades, we can get a clear and undistorted picture of our employers, not as individuals, not as men equipped with special skills and functions, not as loose arrangements of reciprocal needs and interests, but nakedly as a class organized against us. An army in a war capable of any heroism or treachery in defense of the motherland. We can see too that their motherland is not Italy. That fat-headed, sore-assed sow, their motherland is capital. Sleek, dark-eyed, bright, warm, passionate, capital. Who wouldn't defend her? The young, delicious, whore. Well, perhaps one or two of us. Well, that's what we've done. We've taken production into our own hands, and we have shown that workers' control is a reality. The question that now concretely confronts us is the question that Lenin posed many years ago. Simply, what is to be done between here and there? Make no mistake, comrades. If you want revolution, you must take it for yourselves. It will not be handed to you on a plate. One last word. You are my comrades. In the deepest sense that history allows for that word. All I want to say is, decide for yourselves. It is no cowardice to say no, if by saying no, you live to fight more fruitfully another day. It is no heroism to say yes, to be mown down by overwhelming force of opposing arms, whilst your party and your unions stand by with folded arms and watch you destroyed. Find your courage where it is. Beware rhetoric, even mine. Why doesn't Palmy ring? He said he'd ring as soon as the meeting broke up.
Relax it. It's barely 9. Besides, you know perfectly well what will happen. Tarragona will urge moderation. Bodega will urge intransigence. The rest will urge a compromise. When reformist leaders talk to capitalist employers, what else is going to happen?
Any word from Moscow? You place extraordinary faith in Devanzo. Who knows where the message was sent?
Faith? I place faith, extraordinary or otherwise, in nobody. Believe me, Nino, it isn't a question of faith. It's simply the nature of the occupation that I'm engaged in. Help, I must have. Whether I buy it or win it, doesn't matter. But I cannot choose whether I have it or not.
Hello. Hello, Palmy. Yes. Go on. Yes. Yeah. What did you say? Surely. Look, Palmy, I'm with our friend at the moment. Can I ring you back? Oh, about half an hour at the most. All right. The meeting continues. Recessed for an hour.
And?
The directors of the General Confederation of Labour want to know if the Turin section is prepared to lead an insurrection.
What hangs on the answer?
Perhaps nothing. Perhaps everything. They don't say. They don't commit themselves at this stage. They simply want to know if we are willing to present them with one more possibility before they make up their mind.
Then you say yes.
No, we say no.
You cannot say no. If there is no insurrection, there is no revolution.
And if we lead the insurrection and there is still no revolution, then there is no longer a working class in Turin.
Jesus, God, man, this is warfare we're talking about. Sooner or later, somebody has got to be moved up to the front. Surely you can see it.
Is it now? Is it us?
But look! Holy Christ! Look! Isn't it this way? The party and the union, like the state and the employers, want peace. Revolution is not on the agenda. The party and the union are currently meeting in Milan to discuss how negotiations with the employers might be reopened. That's right, isn't it? Right. Only one thing stands in their way, the working class of Italy. They don't want peace. Perhaps they don't know yet what they do want, but as yet it isn't peace. The Confederation knows that. The party knows that. You know it. The workers are gradually pushing their national leaders into more and more radical postures. At length, those miserable men are forced to recognize the possibility of an insurrectionary thrust. Not surprisingly, they look in your direction. Now, Nino, if you say no, they have called you out. Make no mistake about that, comrade. They have called you out. And from now on in, there'll be nothing but rhetoric to fall back on because the real struggle will be over. You'd better be, so clear about that, comrade, because that's the way it will be. Now, I'm telling you.
Are you finished?
Yes, I've finished.
It's possible you're right.
I am right.
It's just possible we're both right. That's to say both wrong as well. Neither yes nor no. I mean, from where we are, perhaps there is no answer to make. that will advance the cause of a communist revolution?
Metaphysically, no. They don't become you.
In April of this year, we led the Italian proletariat, the party and the unions in a general strike in defense of the factory councils. Unfortunately, though not by accident, they did not follow. The party and the unions did not follow. For the first time in our history, a proletariat undertook a struggle for control of production as opposed to for mere economic advantage, and they have their heads spat on by their leaders, who themselves understand history about as profoundly as chickens understand soup. Now, these same leaders are asking us to put ourselves at total risk in an all-out confrontation with no commitment on their part to support us.
It's a risk you have to take. It's September now.
We risk too much already. I will not allow that class to be wiped out. I could not survive it.
No sentimentalisms, please. You cannot confuse revolutionary duty with bourgeois conscience.
Nor shall I, comrade.
You cannot say, I fear to put my working class at risk, and then imagine you have said something profoundly revolutionary.
That isn't what I'm saying. I am saying they are too important to the world revolutionary movement to squander on a dubious enterprise that could well have been concocted precisely to produce their annihilation.
And you could not survive it. And you could not survive it. Does that mean you love them?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
I see.
What?
You cannot love an army, comrade. An army is a machine. This one makes revolutions. If it breaks down, you get another. Love has nothing to do with it.
Oh, comrade. Oh, comrade. Listen. There is nothing in the world more relevant than love. When I was a child, inside this body, I imagined I could never be loved. The thought that I could be loved seemed an absolute, almost fatal, impossibility. So, perhaps I came to the masses with the same mechanical view of them as the one that you just propounded. Use them, tool them up, keep them greased, discard them when they wear out. Then, I thought, how can a man bind himself to the masses if he's never loved anyone himself? Not even his mother or his father. Then I thought, how can a man love a collectivity if he is not himself profoundly loved single human creatures? And it was then I began to see masses as people in their particular, detailed, local, individual characteristics. And it was only then that I began to love them. So you would be wrong to see this love as the product of petty bourgeois idealism. It is the only true dialectical relationship between leaders and led, vanguard and masses, that can ensure the political health of the new order the revolution seeks to create. Treat masses as expendable, as fodder during the revolution, and you will always treat them thus. I tell you this, Comrade Kabak. If you see masses in this way, no revolution is worth the blood it spills. Yes? Milan 792. Yes.
You are wrong, Comrade Gramsci.
I think not, Comrade Kabak. Hello. Hello, Palmy. Yes. No. Say what we agreed. We in Turin cannot assume the responsibility for an armed struggle without an assurance that the rest of Italy would also fight, without an assurance that the Confederation and the party, in their usual way, would not let the military forces of the state concentrate on Turin as in April. Do you have it? Yes. That's fine, Palmy. Good luck, comrade.
So,
Palmy says he smells the deal. D'Aragona and the party are pressing for a referendum.
of whom?
The General Confederation of Labour.
What issue?
Basically, to stay here or to move there.
This isn't a revolution, it's a bloody Italian farce. Revolution by referendum. Jesus God, you can almost laugh. Can't you just see it? Well now, comrades, shall we have a revolution or shall we just go on playing silly buggers and see what happens? Now,
Under the skin, feel it moving. It's not a part of me. It's part of me. Underneath, in the hands, in the legs.
Rush is in Europe. You'll have to tell them. They don't appear to know.
Not a part of me, but there.
All the same.
yes, yes, love. Now asleep. Please try to sleep.
I saw a soldier. He was crawling in the snow and he had something in his hand. When the carriage got closer, I saw it was his boot. As we passed him, he raised the boot in the air and I saw it still had his foot in it.
Hey. Try to sleep, love. You must sleep.
Christo, why do you do it?
Do what, love?
Why do you kill and maim?
Please sleep.
Tell me why.
It would take too long.
Longer than there is, you mean?
Yes. For both of us.
Say it, Christo.
Yes, I do.
Say it.
I love you. I love you.
Why is it all so hard?
It isn't. It's just so pointless.
I should leave.
She's dying. She has cancer in her womb. Lonely fruit for a womb. We occupied the family estate in Kiev. In 1918, her husband fled, she remained. We've been...
Is there anything you need? I'll say goodbye then. Comrade?
Cavalieri d'Avanzo. Perhaps in Milan. No message.
Is there anything else?
Polly, stay a while. The Please, sit down. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be able to remain in Italy. I've lost contact with Moscow. The man who was going to help me appears to be more interested in helping himself, and my comrade in Rome has gone to ground. There's the question of the Countess. I can't take her with me.
Can't you?
You know I can't. I never did, even when she was well.
That was when she was well.
Julia, listen. Your mistress will die. In a week, in a month. She will die.
And you should be with her.
Perhaps. She should die in a bed. Not in a couchette between nowhere and nowhere.
It would not be nowhere if you were there. What do you want me to do?
Stay. Be with her.
You insult me to imagine I would do otherwise.
I'm sorry. I'll leave it.
Signor Kabak?
Yes, that's right.
Turin.
I'm sorry.
From the office of the Prefect Taddei.
Won't you come in?
Thank you. Signor Libertini asked me to let you have this letter. It came by special messenger from the Chamber of Labour, he said.
Thank you. Will you sit down?
Thank you.
Can I get you a drink?
Thank you, no.
What can I do for you? I take it you're not permanently employed by the postal authorities. Signor...
Commendatore. Your presence in Turin these past 3 weeks hasn't gone entirely unnoticed, Signor Kabak.
You flatter me. I can't imagine why the prefect's office should be interested in an obscure Bulgarian businessman.
Can't you? Come now, Signor Kabak. Of all your possible deficiencies, I shouldn't have thought imagination was among them. Can't you really?
I'm supposed to have done something? Infringed a business code, perhaps. Even so, it's hardly a matter for the prefect to concern himself with.
Not business, Signor Kabak. At least not the sort of business you're ostensibly here to pursue.
Commendatore. I'm perfectly prepared to go on playing mouse to your cat for as long as it amuses you, but if you could devise some speedier way of reaching your substantive point, I think we would both appreciate the time you saved.
Brevity has never been our strong suit, Signor Kabak. To an Italian, arrival is anticlimax. The only excitement is the journey itself. However, since you appear to be in something of a hurry, yours, I think, your telegram, Russian and code, it kept us pretty busy, I can tell you. The Vanzo really isn't to be trusted. Oh, I don't mean to say he betrayed you. Not that he wouldn't have, mind, if he'd seen more gold in it for himself. No, it's simply that we've had the Cavalieri under scrutiny for some time now. His every move has been monitored since the beginning of the year. Quite an interesting document it makes, too. You'd find it quite instructive.
Perhaps I'll get a chance to read it one day.
I really do doubt that, Signor Kabak. I really do. We didn't arrest him because, well, frankly, he was more used to us where he was, attracting all the sordid deals and all your sort of business into one small, manageable cesspool. Couldn't have worked better.
What do you want of me?
Well, it occurred to me you might quit Turin rather soon. Say tomorrow morning. There's a good train, leaves for Berlin at 8 a.m. I'd consider it a personal favor to me if you'd agree to be on it.
If I refuse?
You won't refuse. There's nothing to keep you here now. The revolution's over. The workers are about to ratify the national agreement. I imagine that letter has told you that already, so that particular book is closed forever, I fancy.
I wouldn't count on that, Commendatore.
I'm afraid I have to, Signor Kabak. My life will be spent in service of the state, and this state will not tolerate a communist revolution. You're not playing games with children, Signor Kabak.
Will I be allowed to send a telegram? I shall need instructions.
Leave it be. Comrade Lenin has enough problems. Just take the train.
I have no choice.
Precisely. What an enviable condition.
My wife is sick. She can't be moved.
The Countess can stay. She won't embarrass us.
All right, then.
Splendid. Splendid. Oh, I've arranged for a couple of my aides to be in attendance to run you down to Porto Nuovo.
You're too kind.
Not at all. It's the least we could do. The power's coming back, Signor Kabak. It's a good feeling after all that anarchy. The man Gramsci. Have a word with him, there's a good fellow. Make him see reason. I'll take my leave of you now. I'm sure we shall not meet again.
I shall want the telephone number of Signor Valletta. Yes. The general manager of Fiat.
Comrades, I have to announce the results of the referendum of all workers in occupation of the factories. For acceptance of the agreement negotiated by the unions with the employers, 127,904. Against this agreement, 44,500. You cheered too soon, comrades. Abstentions, approximately 210,000. Now, the agreement this vote has ratified is as follows. An increase of 4 lira a day across the board throughout the industry, equivalent to an approximate 10% wage increase. 1. 2. Half of 1% increase on overtime rates. 3. 6 paid holidays a year for all workers in the industry. 4. Payment to be agreed by negotiation for all work undertaken and completed during the occupation. 5. No victimization of militant workers, in particular those who took the leading roles on the factory councils. 6. Under government pressure, the employers have agreed to implement a policy of workers' control in principle, comrade. No details have been worked out, no minimum conditions guaranteed by our union leaders. This big, empty clause simply suggests workers' control at some unspecified date in the future. Now, this is what you have voted for today, comrades. This is the package they offered and you accepted. Now, think back that first wonderful, heady, red Sunday and of what we talked and hoped for. And ask yourselves again, what is it we have to cheer about? All right. Perhaps our optimism was unwarranted. Perhaps we should have been able to foresee all along the precise way in which our leaders would betray us with this massive act of class collaboration. For that is what it has been, comrades. Perhaps we should have been able to prepare ourselves in advance for this most perfect tool of such collaborative acts, I mean, of course, the referendum. What an exquisitely democratic, deeply counter-revolutionary form the referendum is. But what is its main, its essential function? To strengthen the shapeless mass of the population and to crush the vanguards that lead those masses and give them political consciousness. So that even here in Turin, the vanguard, it has worked. Oh, yes, comrades! The figure is unequivocal. For the agreement, 18,740 against 16,909, abstentions 1,024. Even here, comrades. The question is, comrades, why doesn't it happen? Why has no genuine attempt been made to achieve our goal? We must find answers, comrades, or these questions will outstare us forever. Now, learn this, comrades, and teach it to your children. A revolutionary movement can only be led by a revolutionary vanguard with no commitment to prior consultation and no apparatus of representative assemblies, not even factory councils. Revolution is like war. It must be scrupulously prepared by a working class general staff in the way that a national war is prepared by the army's general staff. Comrade Trotsky said, between the revolutions of 1917, we shall not enter the kingdoms of socialism with white gloves on polished floors. Comrade Trotsky was right. Today, we have the referendum. It must not be made the occasion for despair and disillusion. Rather, we must see it as an urgent lesson from history, as a call for tighter, even more disciplined action. The liberation of our class is not a part-time hobby. It is not the work of small minds and feeble imaginations. When disillusion prospers like malaria in a southern swamp, when a cause has been recklessly abandoned by those to whom it should never have been entrusted, then only he who can keep his heart strong and his will fine as steel can be called a fighter for the working class, can be called a revolutionary. Evviva Lenin! Evviva la rivoluzione!
To business.
To business? I think I can say we would be interested.
Good.
Naturally, I shall want to read the portfolio more fully.
Naturally.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to fill in some of the background now.
By all means. It has taken our government some time to make up its mind on concessions to foreign capitalists. Our major concern is simply to prime the industrial pump. We have as you no doubt know, vast natural resources. There are within the Soviet government those who would argue, still I fear, that the granting of concessions in return for capital, capital equipment, credit and services is the kiss of death to revolutionary socialism. Comrades who have never understood the least thing about capital or its uses have imagined that we could, in some magical communist way, run a society and state without it. Fortunately, they look to have been defeated.
Well, what is it that your government would require of Fiat in return for these concessions?
Well, first, capital.
Oh, difficult. We are ourselves currently negotiating a massive capital loan from America.
But not impossible, I fancy. Particularly if you could reinvest at a higher rate than the interest on the original loan.
Not, as you say, impossible? You make a good capitalist, Senor Kabak. What else?
Equipment, plant, marine and stationary, cars, lorries, tractors, locomotive boilers, 3/4 of your product. You can keep your aeroplanes for the moment.
What would happen if we wanted, for example, to set up a Fiat enterprise in Russia?
You'll find it all there. Remuneration, exporting rights, agreed percentage to host state.
Duration?
Long enough to ensure adequate return on your capital. In addition, a cast iron guarantee against nationalization or confiscation.
It would have to be. And labor?
Allowed for under the conditions prescribed in the Soviet labor code. After the events of the last few months in Italy, Signor Valletta, I fancy you'll find labor relations in our country a distinctly welcome change.
Good. Well, I'm glad I met you, Signor Kabak. I may take the file with me?
By all means. Oh, okay, excuse me for a moment. Please help yourself to brandy. I said I wasn't to be disturbed. Oh, I see. Tell him, ask him to wait. Sorry about that, Signor Valletta. Somebody has arrived to see me.
Oh, well, as we have
Please,
our business...
please, Signor Valletta. I would be offended if you left. Your health, Signor Valletta.
Thank you. I would also like to propose a toast, though I fear you may find it in dubious taste.
Please.
My toast is business as usual.
Why not? Business as usual.
Why did you leave it so long?
I don't...
Before seeing me, I mean. I heard of your arrival almost a month ago.
Oh, yes, I see. There were certain other pressing matters which I had to deal with. Personal, you understand.
Of course. It did just occur to me that you might have been waiting for the outcome.
I wouldn't say that. The outcome never seemed in very much doubt, I regret to say.
I confess I would have welcomed some of your sang-froid at the time.
I prefer to call it professionalism, Signor Valletta.
Call it what you will. We were trembling in our boots, I can tell you.
I know.
I have read some Marx, you know.
Really?
At the university here in Turin. It makes a lot of sense.
We think so.
There is a flaw.
Ah.
There is. He underestimates us, the bourgeoisie. He underestimates our passion. He underestimates our intelligence and our discipline. Above all, he underestimates our ability to adapt. Today, I was putting the final touches on our plan for a social welfare program. You'd have been impressed, Kabak. We're establishing a central training school. It will offer free training to all apprentices between 14 and 18 who gain admission. We're establishing a health organization to care for the health not only of our employees, but of employees' families, too. It'll begin as a mutual benefit society, but I can see a day when all our workers will receive, free of charge, every kind of medical dispensing and hospital treatment. When Fiat will provide sick pay, even grants and aid to cover funeral expenses. We'll provide convalescent homes, recreational facilities, sanatoria in the hills, holiday camps for workers' children. I can see a day when Fiat workers will live in Fiat houses. When every Fiat worker will live Fiat. When every Fiat worker will be Fiat.
And God said, Fiat lux. And there was Fiat.
My vision amuses you.
No, not amuses. Not amuses.
We will adapt, Senor Kabak. We will become the comrades of tomorrow.
Once again, thank you for coming.
Not at all. My pleasure.
I can be contacted through Chiarini in Rome. I look forward to your favorable decision.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, Signor Valletta, I would like you to accept this as a personal gift from my government, as an earnest of our sincerity and good intentions.
What is it?
Gold.
No, I mean, what's it for?
I told you, it's a gift.
I've already said I'll do what I can. Good night, Signor Kabak.
Send him up now, please. Come in. Come in. Come in, comrade. I'm sorry you had to wait. I had someone with me.
I know. I saw him leaving. Vittorio Valletta.
That's right. Come in. Rest your feet.
I mustn't stay. I have work to do. I heard you were leaving.
Tomorrow. The prefect booked my ticket. One way to Berlin.
I see. I was wondering if there's anything...
No, comrade. That's taken care of.
Right. That's all right, then. Did you hear about Davanzo?
No.
Shot? They dragged him out of the canal this evening.
An occupational hazard. Perhaps he had simply outlived his usefulness.
I'll say goodbye, then.
What will you do now?
Build. Prepare for the backlash. There'll be fascists at every street corner from now on. First, I have to go to Sardinia. My sister's dying.
I'm sorry.
Thousands die every year. Emma just happens to be one of them. It's a kind of malaria. You don't actually have to dig the ditch to stand a fair chance of contracting it. And it's not always fatal. Just another of capitalism's little lotteries. But we'll win. Go well, comrade.
You still love them too much, comrade.
Now, Polly, later. I'm feeling much better.
I'm not sure you should be sitting up like that, madam. You must remember what the doctor said.
Thank you, Polly. That will be all.
Very well, madam.
Good morning.
Good morning. Should you be...
Don't, please. You're worse than Polly. I'm feeling much better. How do I look?
Radiant.
Yes. Yes?
Radiant.
Thank you.
Not at all. My pleasure, ma'am.
You're beautiful. Do you know that?
It's not important.
Christo, you know what I'd like?
What's that, love?
Winter in Carlsbad.
I can't find my boots.
We could go to Darmstadt, Barton. There's still a staff there of sorts. I think I could grow well again there. Christo.
Yes, love. I've got to have boots.
Yes.
Have you seen my boots?
Yes, I had them cleaned.
Did you? Well, would you mind bringing them here, please?
Christo,
Yes. Oh, tell them I'll be down in 5 minutes. I know what time the train leaves. Tell them 5 minutes.
Christo, what is it? What train? Put them down, Polly. Christo. Christo.
I haven't much time, so listen carefully. I have been ordered to leave Turin. There are men downstairs waiting to take me to the station.
Why?
Listen,
Why?
please.
Why?
Listen.
Why?
I've made arrangements. I can't. How could I? You're dying.
Do you think I don't know that?
Listen, I've made arrangements with the hotel. When you can join me in Berlin. I've left an address with Polly.
I don't want to die on my own.
Polly will...
That's not what I mean. Oh, God, that's
I
not
must
what
go.
I mean.
I must go.
No.
Love.
No.
I must.
No, Chris. No.
Are you all right?
Yes, thank you. Give me my wrap.
You should try and sleep.
Yes. Go downstairs to see whether you can get me a morning paper.
I can
Just go, please.